What's going on, everybody? Austin Got Figs here, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we do have yet another action figure review. And for today's action figure review, we do have the From the Vault Series 5 ringside exclusive Hornswoggle figure. Man, can't wait to open this one. But as always, before we get anywhere into any video, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload, and go follow the socials. The links to those are always in the description of every video. The socials do include my Instagram account and my X account. Go follow those, do all that, helps me out a ton. But now let's get you guys right on into today's action figure review. Alright, so as always, we will start it off by just taking a look at our packaging. So we've already seen the front, you got your WWE logo, true effects-like details, nice figure window. You got a nice shot of Hornswoggle, got his name, Series 5, From the Vault, Mattel logo. Turn to the side, you do have another nice shot of Hornswoggle. You got his name, WWE logo, again, from the WWE Vault, design down there. And then you have another nice shot of Hornswoggle. You do have a description here, so if you want to go ahead and pause and read that, you can. I won't be reading that, though. You do have the WWE logo, Hornswoggle's name, Series 5, all the other figures that you can collect in this set, WWE.com, WWE logo from the WWE Vault, Mattel logo. And then the other side, another shot of Hornswoggle, got his name, WWE logo from the WWE Vault. Back to the front of the packaging, so you know what that means. It is time to open this thing. Alright, so now we will jump into all the accessories that do come with this Hornswoggle figure, and we will start it off over here with our cloth goods shirt. So you do have a nice designed Velcro shirt. Obviously it is cloth goods. You do get the nice DX logo on the sides. Let me check the other one here if we can get it out. I don't think no. So you only get the little DX design on this side, but you do have a nice print on the front of the shirt with Triple H. I believe that would be Shawn Michaels, and then that obviously being Hornswoggle, so I love that shirt. I think that is a very nice freaking design. Like I said, it is Velcro, so going to be very easy to put on this figure. The figure is small, and, it's Velcro, so you already know it is going to be a walk in the park to put this thing off and on. But now we will go over to our helmet that he does come with. He does come with this nice DX Army helmet, man. I think this thing is very cool. The band that it says DX Army is it is sculpted on there, but you cannot remove it, so it does just stay on there. And then you do have these little straps. These don't attach, I don't think. No, they do not attach. They just stay like that. But overall, I think this helmet is very freaking cool. And then we will go to our glow sticks. So you get these ones. So these are just the glow sticks that are, they're just kind of like, they're just broke apart. You just do whatever the frick you want with them. And then these over here, these are actually, that are already connected together, and you can't take them apart, and they obviously are shaped in the X for DX. They are bendable. You can do some movements with them, but I mean, you don't want to overbend them and to the point that they break, but they do have some flexibility to them, so I think that is pretty cool. And now we will jump into this ladder that we do get. So I think this is very freaking hilarious and cool. And honestly, when I display this figure, I'm probably going to have to use this because of how short he just is already. But I think this is very cool. Just a mini ladder. I mean, how often do you see this in the Mattel line? Honestly, I think probably like very rarely. So I think this is very cool. Nice little ladder there. So that's very awesome. But now we'll jump into the actual figure. Alright, so here is the Hornswoggle figure in all of its glory, and as always, we will start it off with our head scan. As far as looking like Hornswoggle, this definitely freaking does look like Hornswoggle. It doesn't look like anybody else but Hornswoggle, so I think Mattel definitely knocked this one out of the park with it. I think this definitely looks like Hornswoggle, and it is very freaking accurate, so that is awesome. You get the nice beard there. It does feel like it doesn't really seem a little bit filled at some points, but that could just be me. That could actually just be like how it's supposed to be, but you have the nice mustache, you got the eyes, kind of just looking up, and then you do have the eyebrows with that bleach blonde hair up there as well. So I think this head scan is very nice. There's another shot of the head from the back, but overall I think this is a very nice head scan, very nice facial expression. Now we will check the movement with our head, so you can go all the way around very freaking smoothly, actually. Like, I mean, yeah, definitely very freaking smooth. And obviously, I do think you can pop off the head. Yeah, so you can pop off the head too. Just want to make sure, now we'll put that thing back on there. Oh, alright, there we go. Got it back on there. But yes, you do get that full 360 rotation. He can look up about that much. So I think that's actually very good as far as looking up. And he can look down about that much. So overall, I think the head movement is very good on this figure. It's not the greatest, but it's better than what we see most of the time from any other figure, if you ask me. And now we will go down to our shoulders and arms. So we'll go ahead and expand them here. So on both arms, at the forearm area, you do get nice DX Army little bands. They are just painted on, they're not sculpted. So I think that's very cool, just says DX Army. With that lime green designing, so that's very cool. And there's no other real detail on the arms, so now we will just go into our articulation. So you do get the, I believe these are going to be single jointed. Yes, these are going to be single jointed. Because you do see the pins right there. So these are only going to be single jointed, but that's okay. You know, overall, I think the figure is just very cool to have just in general because it's fucking Hornswoggle. So, but yeah, you are only going to get single jointed there. And then we'll check the bicep cups. Yes, all the way around the bicep area. So that is very nice. And then we'll go down. You do get to go all the way around with the entire arm as well. So that's very cool. And then we'll check the other arm. So yes, you do get that bicep cup all the way around, so that's awesome. Now let's check the entire arm. Yes, all the way around. So very nice on the arms. Like I said, you are going to get those single jointed though. So it is a bit unfortunate, but like I said, it's a Hornswoggle figure. It's just cool to have the thing in hand, if you ask me. Now we'll go down to our torso area. So you do get this torso. Definitely a great torso to go with for Hornswoggle. There's the back of it, you know, very nice. Now you will check the movement. So you can go down about that much with the ab crunch. Just kind of like your standard ab crunch, nothing too special. And then you can go back about that much. So yeah, just your standard ab crunch, nothing too special, but it does work well and it's not stiff, so I think that's very cool. Now, yes, you can go all the way around with the entire upper body as well. Now we'll go down to the lower half of the body, from the belt all the way down to the shoes. So you get this nice belt. It is kind of hard to see because it does blend in with the camo, but I mean it is sculpted on there. You can definitely feel the fact that it is sculpted, so I think that's nice. You know, overall just kind of like the standard green belt with a little bit of army design there. And now we'll go down to our just look at our pants. You know, you got the nice camo pants, army style of pants for DX, of course. I think that's very awesome, very cool. And then you do get the nice shoes here with the green and orange, which is, again, I think is very freaking awesome. So now we'll check our movement. So you do get to go all the way around with this, like this with the legs. So I think that's very cool. Very smooth as well, not stiff, especially this one. This one is actually very freaking smooth, for sure. Holy. Now we'll check our knees, so you can bend up. Let's see, you can go up about that much with it, you know. Nothing too special, like I would say, but, you know, yeah, nothing too special as far as bending the knees like that. You know, it does feel a bit stiff, but I think it's mainly just because they're a bit smaller, obviously, because it's Hornswoggle. So I feel like that's kind of the reason why they feel a bit stiff there. And then we will check going back this way, so you can go back about that much. So yeah, I mean, definitely the knees are a bit stiff, but like I said, I think it's just because the fact that it is a Hornswoggle figure, and the figure is just overall very freaking small. And now we will go down to our boot articulation. So you do get that little ankle like swivel there a little bit, not too much obviously because of those pants, but you do get it a little bit. And then we'll check it again on this arm and this shoe. Yes, you do get that nice just ankle rocker. So that's really it. But now let's put all the accessories on this Hornswoggle figure and get a final good look and rating. Alright, and here is the final look of the From the Vault Ringside exclusive Series 5 Hornswoggle figure. As far as, man, if this thing is worth it, I would say absolutely yes, because we haven't really had many Hornswoggle figures in the Mattel line. Yes, we've had a good amount, but just not many, and it is rare that you're going to see one, and it's cool that Ringside Collectibles did produce this one, man. So I think this is very cool. Like I said, yes, it is going to be stiff in some areas, but I don't really think anybody's really buying. If you're getting this figure, I really would not recommend going under the circumstances that you're trying to get a great articulated figure. I think for getting this one, you should be under the circumstances of just getting it for its looks and its uniqueness, you know, because like I said, this is a smaller figure, so some joints are going to be a bit stiffer, but overall, man, this thing is definitely worth it. Looks awesome. All the accessories are freaking amazing, and just overall, it is a solid figure. But as always, if you do have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments below. And as always, before we get out of here, man, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications so you never miss an upload, and go follow the socials. Links to those are going to be in the description of this video, and includes my Instagram account and my X account. Do all that, helps me out a ton, and I will catch y'all boys in the next one. Peace.